In transfer of heat, the third process is radiation. Yes, we discussed previously about the radiation. For transfer of heat does not require any material medium. Okay? These are electromagnetic radiations lies in IR region. IR region. After visible region, you got the IR region in the electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum always satisfies some regular properties. All electromagnetic waves are traveling with the speed of the light, 3 and 10 power 8 meter per second. All are satisfies the phenomenon like reflection, diffraction, and total internal reflection. Okay, and particularly for radiation, the wavelength region is 4 into 10 power minus 4 meter to 7.5 into 10 power minus 7 meter. IR region, na? So it is not visible to us. Okay, whenever the radiations will be incident on the any metal surface, any surface, then heat will be absorbed by that body or heat will be rejected by the body. So it always gives some pressure, radiation pressure acting on that body. Okay, and third one, it follows inverse square law. Most important, yeah, I proportional to 1 by d square. Inverse square means 1 by d square. Here I is intensity of radiation and d is distance from source. Distance from source. Okay. Now, radiations are not visible. The first thing. Second one, the radiations always transfers from one body to another body, we said. Prevost says that except 0 Kelvin, except absolute temperature means 0 Kelvin, every body radiates. Okay, it's most important. After reaching the thermal equilibrium, conduction, convection both are stopped, but radiation still continuous because except the 0 Kelvin, continuously every body emits the radiations. Okay, now let us take one surface, any metallic surface. On that, certain amount of heat energy will be incident on it. Let it will be Q. Then, certain amount is absorbed by the material. Certain amount of radiation is reflected, and certain amount of radiation is transferred. Okay, you provided Q. On that Q, certain part is reflected, certain part is absorbed, certain part is transmitted. If you Q will be taken that side, R by Q plus A by Q plus T by Q is equal to 1. R by Q is called as reflection coefficient, small r. A by Q is called as absorption coefficient, small a. T by Q is called as transmission coefficient, small t. So R plus A plus T value is always 1. In percentages, the total value should be equal to the 1. Clear? Now, we know about the black body. Black body means which absorbs the all radiations incident on it. If you heat it, it emits the all radiations which are absorbed previously. That means we know from the black body, good absorbers are always good emitters. Preferred black body, absorption coefficient. Now we said A is always equal to the 1 and emissivity is also equal to 1. In nature there is no perfect black body, But lamp black and platinum black are the nearest black bodies. And don't think black body is always in the black color. It is different colors, maybe red, maybe white, depending on the temperature, they are exhibiting different colors. Don't think black body is always in the black color. Okay? Now, scientists are observing some energy distribution of black body, and they are draw the graph between the wavelength and intensity of the radiation. The graphs will be coming like this. It's most important here, please keep in mind. Here temperature T1, T2, T3, and T3 is greater than, T2 is greater than T1. That's most important here. Whenever the temperature is rises, see the graphs. These graphs are continuous graphs now. So the energy spectrum related to the black body radiations are continuous spectrum. This is the first word I observed from the graph. Continuous spectrum. And the second one, if temperature increases, the intensity corresponding to the wavelength also increases and reaches a maximum value. After reaching the maximum value, again there are decreases. So at very higher wavelengths, all the intensities of radiations are same. Nearer na? Third one. The wavelength corresponding to the maximum intensity. This is the maximum intensity na lambda m1. M indicates the maximum. Okay, the wavelength corresponding to the maximum intensity is lambda 1. This is lambda m2 and this is lambda m3. So on rising temperature, the wavelength corresponding to the maximum intensity shifting towards the lower wavelength side. Okay, on rising temperature, the wavelength corresponding to the maximum intensity shifting towards the lower wavelength sides, and the area bounded by the each curve is directly proportional to the fourth power of the absolute temperature. Temperature always in kelvins required particular concept. So what is here? Area bounded by the each line, each curve. Each curve is directly proportional to the fourth power of the temperature in Kelvin. So these are the basic points required for the black body. By these observations, we have two laws. The first one is Wien's displacement law. From these observations only, we can get the two laws. The first one is Wien's displacement law. What the Wien's displacement law says? The wavelength corresponding to the maximum intensity. So this one. What happens? On rising temperature, it is shifted towards the lower wavelength side I said now. So it is inversely proportional to the absolute temperature. So if the temperature increases, wavelength will be decreases. Clear now? So lambda m is equal to some constant b by t. Here b is called Wien's constant and its value is 2.89 into 10 power minus 3. Wavelength units are meter and temperature must be in kelvins, so meter Kelvin. 2.89 into 10 power minus 3. And we know the relation between the wavelength and the frequency. So frequency and wavelength are inversely proportional, indicates that nu is always proportional to the t. So the frequency corresponding to the maximum intensity is always directly proportional to the temperature. Okay, this is Wien's displacement law. Another law is Stefan's law. Most of the times the numericals which are came from the heat transfer related to the conduction are Stefan's law. Okay, so the Stefan's law says the emissive power of a body is always directly proportional to the fourth power of the temperature in Kelvin. So, emissive power indicated by capital E. In order to remove the proportional, put some proportionality constant sigma T power 4. Here sigma is Stefan's constant and its value is 5.67 into 10 power minus 8 watt meter power minus 2 Kelvin power minus 4. It is easy to remember the formula 5, 6, 7, 8 coming. Again 5, 6, 7, 8. So 5.67 into 10 power minus 8 watt meter power minus 2 Kelvin power minus 4. This is the emissive power. Okay, the formula of the emissive power is Q by AT. That is equal to sigma A T power 4. Here T is the time, here capital T is the temperature in Kelvin. Okay, now A will be taken that side. Then you got Q by T. Now Q by T is named as the thermal power. Q by T named as thermal power or radiating power. Thermal power or radiating power denoted by T. So P is equal to A will be taken that side sigma A T power 4. Clear now? Radiating power depends on the area of cross section, but emissive power is independent on the area of cross section. Keep in mind that point. And second one, for this formula applicable only for the black body. For non-black body, other than black body if you take, then the formula for the P is sigma A E T power 4 will be coming. So what is the new word here? Small e. Small e indicates the emissivity of a body. For peptide black body, we said the emissivity value is 1. Then sigma A T power 4 is only applicable for black body, these two. If any other body except the black body, emissivity they given, so sigma A T power 4 is the formula for the radiating power or thermal power. Okay. Now, another scientist, Boltzmann, observed this Stefan's law and he suggested a small correction in this formula. For suppose it is a body, okay, having a temperature T and it is surrounding by the another body whose temperature is Ts. S indicates the surrounding temperature. Then what happens? If T is greater than Ts, surrounding temperature is less than the temperature of the body, then this body radiates the heat, this body absorbs the heat. So it loses the heat energy and it absorbs the heat energy until thermal equilibrium. Clear now? So here what happens? Net value is body radiates, so P body minus P surroundings. Formula for the P, sigma A T power 4 na, so sigma A is constant, sigma is constant, A is area of cross section is constant, E is emissivity. If constant, then T power 4 minus Ts power 4. So if you consider the effect of the surrounding temperature, then we can use the Stefan-Boltzmann law. In the absence of the surrounding temperature, we can use the Stefan's law. Okay. Now, in Stefan-Boltzmann law, what we learn? The P net value is P inner and minus P outer. Na? Inner surface has more temperature than the outer surface. You got this formula. And P inner and P outer value sigma AE T power 4 minus Ts power 4. Na? P net formula dq by dt. Q from the specific heat concept, dq formula ms delta theta. Na? So this is d capital T by d small t is equal to sigma AE T power 4 minus Ts power 4. So dt by dt with respect to temperature, sorry, with respect to time, temperature falls. Hence it is named as the rate of fall in temperature. Rate of fall in temperature is equal to ms will be taken that side. So sigma AE by ms into T power 4 minus Ts power 4. This formula is also useful for objective purpose. If they ask rate of fall in temperature, use this content. Okay. Last, the Newton's law of cooling. Generally, the Stephen's law is useful for the temperatures of very hot bodies. If the temperature difference is just in between the 30 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius, within the 30 degrees Celsius variation, temperature variation, Celsius, then use the Newton law of cooling. Here everywhere you are using the temperature in kelvins, but here you are using the temperature in Celsius. Okay, the Newton law of cooling said the rate of loss of heat means dq by dt directly proportional to the temperature of the body minus temperature of the surroundings. dq by dt directly proportional to temperature of body minus temperature of surroundings. Okay, rate of loss of heat, that's why dq by dt. Here rate of fall in temperature, d capital T by d small t. This is q, here capital T. Keep in mind. Okay, loss indicated by the minus symbol. Loss of heat I said, that's why minus symbol is also there. This is Newton law of cooling. And when a body cools from theta 1 degree Celsius to theta 2 degree Celsius in time t seconds, and theta s is the surrounding temperature, then Newton law of cooling has another formula. That formula is theta 1 minus theta 2 by 2 is equal to, sorry, T is equal to K theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta s. Most of the numericals came from this formula. Only one body cools from theta 1 degree Celsius, theta 2 degree Celsius in t seconds, and theta is a surrounding temperature. Then what is the formula? Theta 1 minus theta 2. Difference in temperature by time is equal to K into average of the time minus surrounding temperature. Okay, if you take hot water, which is at temperature 80 degrees Celsius, after 2 minutes, the temperature reduces 60. Another 5 minutes, what is the temperature of that body? Surrounding temperature is given as 30 degrees Celsius. Then that type of questions are solved by using this method. Okay, let us verify one example. Let us try this numerical. A body cools from 80 to 60 degrees Celsius in 2 minutes. How much of time takes? It is cools from 60 to 40 degrees Celsius. The temperature surrounding is 10 degrees Celsius. Always keep in mind, my answer was more than 10. Because any body finally reaches the surrounding temperature. Lesser than the surrounding temperature, it is not possible. That's why, let us take the case 1. In case 1, two temperatures given, theta 1, theta 2, and time also given. Apply this formula. Theta 1, highest temperature, 80 minus 60 by 2 minutes, K into 80 plus 60 by 2 minus surrounding temperature is 10. 80 minus 60, 20 now, 20 by 2, 10. 10 is equal to K, 80 plus 60, 140, 140 by 2, 70. 70 minus 140 by 2. 70 now, 70 minus 10, 60. That equation number 1. Let us see about the case 2. Case 2, the temperature is given as 60 to 40 now. So 60 minus 40 by how much time I am asking? T. K into 60 plus 40 by 2 minus surrounding temperature is 10. Surrounding temperature theta is 10. So this is 20 by T now. K into 60 plus 40, 100. 100 by 2, 50. 50 minus 10, 40. We have the second equation now. You want T, means 1 by 2 you made. You got the value of the T. Okay. So take the 1 by 2. Equation 1 divided by the equation 2. So 10 by 20 by time. So multiply the time is equal to K into 60 by K into 40 now. So K cancel, 0 0 cancel, 0 0 0 cancel, 2 ones are 2 twos are 2 ones are 2 threes are. Then what is the time taken? 3 minutes. Clear? So two temperatures given and time they given, then please use the formula theta 1 higher temperature than the theta 2 and theta s is the surrounding temperature. So this is about the transfer of heat. Okay, thank you.